Okay. Okay. Let us complete the remaining part. Okay. So now let us try to compile this. Okay, we are getting this state means hello world that is being executed by your main thread. Okay, main thread, because the statement written where here. Okay, under this main method. So next, this line of code written, this is also under main thread, method. So that will be executed by main method, main thread. So this line of code executed by main thread. These whatever, where is that? So this line of code, statement, print statement, these three lines of code executed by your main method that will be executed by main thread. So now these three means what? Hello word, new means what? Our, where is that? This line of code I have written. Okay, now under this object is created. So once object is created, I have kept this line of code, get state. Get state for what? Obj means our thread. Object for what? My thread. My thread is what? My thread. Within this, our run method is where? Where is that? This is the run method. Okay, this method to be executed. So object created for my thread. Okay, so once object is created, so wherever your run method is there, that will be treated as your thread. Okay, actually thread line of code written here, thread line of code written here, but it has a method named display. So our thread class has run method. So that method, thread class has inbuilt run method. That run method I have written here. So within this, I have called that display method. So object created for my thread, okay, child class, that will be considered as your thread object. Okay, so this is the OBJ. So now after that, I have written get statement. Get statement means what is the, I want to know what is the state of thread. So the thread is, once thread is created, object is created, thread is in new state. I have gotten, okay, thread is in new state. So once I have used the start method means, then I want to know the state of thread. So once it is started, so it would be in runnable condition. Runnable means what? Thread is in, thread is waiting for CPU. So after that, so all these three lines executed by what? Main thread under the main method. Okay, these lines under the main method. But what about the lines of code written here? It is to be executed now. So why it is not executed? Because you have written for loop here. Here you need to take a statement here, print statement, right? System dot, okay, out print ln. Okay, you copy here, you take parenthesis. Within this, you pass I. I is what? I for what? I for print out for all numbers one by one. Print out for all numbers one by one. After the termination. Now, this is I. I for take out print out of all the numbers. Now compile this line. Now what is getting what? You are getting numbers one by one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because only I have given the up to 4. So up to I index value 0 is condition up to is not, it is satisfied up to 4. So numbers will be printed one by one. Whenever I is equal to 5, so 5 is not equal to 4. So loop will be broken, loop will be terminated. So now 4 numbers are printed. So I would like to know which thread it is executing. So here I want to know what is the current thread. So for that line of code, thread is equal to, this is the line of code, thread T is equal to thread current thread. So don't call it T, because already we have declared here T as we have defined here. Okay, this is T. So you call it a separate somewhat variable. Okay, this variable holds current thread. What you know, this current thread means now which thread is running. So this current thread of, it is a method of thread class, it will return which thread is now executing. So now you pass this where as in print statement here. Here if you pass here variable plus, okay, you put some separators here. Otherwise separators, no, you want to get somewhat space in between them. Okay, now you will get what? You will get somewhat space here. So now whatever. Now let us see what is happening here. So now it is giving what? It is being executed by the main thread. So sorry, not zero thread. Zero thread is what? Your thread name is what? Your thread name is zero. Your thread name is, where is your thread is created? This is your thread. So if you are in confusion, you do one thing. You keep it as T. You keep it as, because thread always mentioned as with the three. Threads will be mentioned with what? T. So this is obj T. You pass the obj here. Obj. Okay. That's why I want to change this. Threads always will be considered as T. Okay, T. Now you change this with T. Now this is okay. Now this is okay. Now you need to change this all code. Okay. T dot state. T dot. Okay. Now thread. This is okay. Now we need to change this little bit of code here. Because now why I want to change the threads, they will be terminated, they will be stated with the T, T1, T0, like what you know. Okay, this is the T. Okay, you can say it's simply T0. First thread will be considered T0. Okay, you use T0, first thread will be T0. So this is a T0. Okay, this is okay. Now you call this as obj display. Why? Because Bhanu has the object obj. So here Bhanu, we have taken, we need to pass as Bhanu here, obj. Everything I have changed. Only for threads will be stated as T0, starts from. That's why I want to change here. Bhanu T. This is obj. So if it is obj, this to be changed as obj. Obj. Why I am changing this all? Because I want to call the thread as 0. Okay, that's why I want to change it. Now it is what is getting. Okay. So now it is giving error. So where is the error? Now you put a printout statement here. Where is that? This is okay. This is where plus, okay, plus I. This is okay. T dot display. This is error. T dot display, you need to call what? Object for what? Object for, this is T0. No, you need to call this as T0. That's why it's giving error. Now it is okay. Not okay. Why not okay? T0. Okay. T0. You want to call with the object name what? Obj. This is it is to be called with the obj. Why obj? Because you created the object for Bhanu. That's why. Okay, now it is okay. You are getting what now? Try to understand. Your thread is 0. So that's why I have changed it. Okay, thread is 0, 0 thread. So that's why T0. That's why it is 0 thread, first thread. So T0. Next, one more thread is created, T1 thread. Okay. This is okay. So it is understood that now these numbers are printed by 0, first thread. One thread is created. That is 0 thread, T0. So then I told you that these lines of code executed by main thread. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 printed by 0 first thread. That is, suppose one more thread is there. Suppose if I created one more thread, you copy this one. Okay, you copy this one. You paste here. You paste here. So create one more thread. The thread name is good T1. Take threads will be always na thread 0, thread 1, like what you know. So now this is okay. T0, you need to pass T1. Now you need to start that thread. Okay. Now thread, you copy this code. One more thread, you run. Then now you change this as T. Two threads created. Now two threads created, but they will execute the numbers one by one. See what is happening. This is what threads numbers are executing by threads. So randomly. Okay. This is to be stopped. So here one thread as per synchronization definition is what synchronization means. One thread will be executed. Okay. So 0 will be executed, 0 being executed by T1 thread. Again, 0 is being executed, but 0 thread, no. Okay, first thread. So here, to stop this one, we need to keep a keyword here that is called synchronized. Synchronized keyword. Synchronized small letters, synchronized. Synchronized. Now, what happened if this is whatever we have seen that is without synchronization. So synchronized, I told you that word only one thread will be executed. Control goes to what? One thread will be executed. The numbers first T0 thread executed all the numbers. Next thread executed by all the numbers. Now synchronized occurs. Synchronized occurs. Now without this synchronizing, if I remove this synchronized, thread will execute as per their wish. We can't predict that which thread is being executed. So see, first T0, first thread, T0 thread, 0 thread, next one thread, again 0 thread, one thread, 0 thread, one thread. One thread means T1 thread, like that. So now if we pass synchronized keyword, we pass synchronized, where that synchronized keyword to be kept just in front of this method. Why here? That's why synchronized keyword. See what happened. Now thread, first thread, 0 thread, first one thread executed, next 0 thread executed, first T1 thread executed. So synchronization takes place. Now it is not static synchronization. This is called achieved by synchronized method, because if it is static synchronization, you need to keep here static keyword. Static keyword. Okay. Static keyword. If it is executed, that moment remove this public keyword. Okay. If it is executed, then it is okay. That is called, now it is called static synchronization. Why static synchronization? Try to understand that. Synchronization occurred because 0 thread executed the numbers, then T1 thread executed. So how it is executed? Same synchronized keyword, but static keyword. Synchronized keyword with the static keyword. Now static synchronization occurred. As I told you that in static synchronization, what happened? The lock will be at class. Okay, lock will be, I told you that in synchronization, it is a story of lock. Lock will be either kept at class, otherwise object. If that lock will be accessed by thread from the class, it is a static synchronization. If that lock taken by the thread from the object, it is called object method, synchronized method. Okay, synchronized method. So now the thread, this total thread executed by taking up the lock from the class. That's why it is called a static synchronization by static keyword. Okay, two threads created. I told you that threads created, two threads. This is zero thread. This is T0 thread. Okay. Okay. This is T1 thread. Okay. This is T1 thread. So as per the, as I have given, that is executed, it is showing first 0 means T0 thread, okay, thread 0. Next, now this is being executed by your, this is called static synchronization. Static synchronization. So next what, I told you that static synchronized method also nothing but nothing to do what, everything is as it is, you keep that, nothing to change. Okay. If static synchronous static, simply you do one thing. You have called this as obj, so lock is an object. You call this what? You call this what? Class name. What is your class name? Bhanu. Okay. Now means the thread is taking the lock from the class. Okay. Because I have used the static just before after the synchronized keyword. Synchronized keyword used to control the threads. Okay, thread will be executed one by one. So I have used static keyword. So static means what? You are calling that method display in which line of thread is there, line of code, piece of code is there, small piece of code. Now you are calling that display with the class name. So now it is called what? It is being executed. It is being executed. So that is now what? Static synchronization. This is called a static synchronization. Okay. If I want to call this as synchronized method, simply nothing, you need to do what? You change this as, you call this with object, same line of code. Okay, nothing to change. Yeah, don't worry to change any code. You call this with the object. Object is what for our, this is obj. Why obj, why t? These are threads. Okay, these are, that's why I kept T0 T1. This is the object created for Bhanu. Bhanu, where within this Bhanu class, our thread class is here. Thread method is here. Thread method display. Okay. Why now you call this as obj? So now obj. Now come here. Obj. Okay. obj, okay, just being executed. Okay, now I want to clarify one thing here. That is what very important thing. So if two threads are there, if I want to if I want to run two threads for two methods, same line of code will be executed here. Suppose if I want to do some word like what, where is this one, print ln, where, suppose if I want to pass a in this method index, I have passed. So that index has passed a value, whether I have passed a value here, this 5. So that numbers will be multiplied. So to here, I need to pass x into I. X into I. X into I means what? Numbers will be multiplied. Why the numbers will be multiplied? First 0. 0 means initially your I is equal to 0. 0 into x is equal to 5. 5 I have passed the 5 value in where here in constructor. Whenever you call that method, display method, na? Display method as an argument. Okay. So now 0, 0, next 1 will become next number after 0 is equal to I is equal to what? 1. So whenever 1 is equal to 1, 1 into 5, 5. Next I will, whenever I will equal to 2 into 5, 10. Next 3, 3 into 5, 15. Okay. This thread executed by this line of code executed by one thread 0. Next will be executed by next thread. Okay. If I want to, if I change some, where is that? If you want, if you keep one more line of code here, object dot, then you copy this one, you copy this one, you copy, you paste here, you paste here. Then what? If you pass the value as 10, 100, now what will be taken as? It will print out words. So you remove this one, only 100, no? Obj.display, obj.display 100. This is the error. You remove this one. Single line comment that will not be accepted. So here, what is happening? First thread, T1 thread executing the numbers. T1 thread again taken, again counted. Second method. Why second method? T1 thread, it executed first 5. Means this number is multiplied with here x into I. Again, one more method for I have passed the value for x 100. Now this 100 into every time 1, whenever I is equal to 0, that will be 0 printed. Whenever I is equal to 1, 100, 1 into 100, 1 into 2 into 100, like that. So this is okay. So now I covered that. See what is static synchronization means? Same code. We are using static keyword here. The synchronized must be there. And then you need to simple change of code is where here within this run method call the object as method as class name. If you call it as class name, as per static, this is okay. Okay. You change this as a class name. Now Bhanu. Okay. This is Bhanu. This is for okay. Now it becomes what? Here static keyword compulsory. Okay, then it becomes what? Static synchronization. Means class will be lock will be at the class. So that will be taken by the thread and it will execute that. Okay. Now what? 2 threads are created. If I want to create one more thread, then what happen? You need to copy this one code. You copy this code again. Copy, you paste here. Okay, now change the thread name as T3. Okay, this is the T3. T3. Okay, now you start. This is giving error way because the method is not started. Paste. You change this as T3. Okay, now you run this one. Now 3 threads will be executed, but they are synchronized. First thread 0 thread. Okay, it is 2 methods it is executing. First method, okay. Next second method 0, because I have passed 2 methods here, na? 2 methods 2 times it is called with the int x is equal to 100. Now second thread, third, this is the last thread is being executed, third thread. So then what next is what? This is okay. Now I want to show one more thing is what I told you that the state of new state, runnable state, how to get this timed waiting state. Timed waiting state, you need to keep, that is what your join methods. T0 dot join. We need to write the join method. Join method, then after termination. So then you pass this get state of what? State of thread status. You want to stay, you need to find out that what is the state of thread T0 status. So what it gives what runnable. Okay, finally after executing that, so it will give terminated state. Terminated means terminated. Thread is terminated. Which thread is terminated? Why it is giving error? No, it is not giving error, but that is to be, we need to get, okay. After this is terminated, where this T0 dot join, this is where you need to write after T3 join. Okay, T3 join. T3 join means T3 join, T1 join means what you know. We are indicating that you need to join after completion of T1, T2. Okay, after completion of first thread, second thread, then you need to join. We are indicating. We are indicating what? So we need to write all the line of code. T1 dot join, T2 dot join. Copy, you paste here. You paste one more, paste here. T1, T0, T1, T2, T2. Then you compile the code. Then what happened? Cannot be resolved. Why? Because you T0 dot join, T1 dot join, there is no any T2, T3 is here. T3. So you need to change it as T3. Now you run this, compile this code. Now it is giving words. These join methods, what they indicate that we are indicating that you need to join T0, T1 join word when T0 finishes, then T1 join. T3 will join when T1 finishes its execution, then T3 will be joined. Okay. So now then after what? Terminated. Terminated for what? You want to get what? 0. Whose status you want to get? T0, first thread. First thread after execution terminated. Now what is the status of state of T0? Mean that state is what? That is at what? Last terminated state. What is the thread life cycle? New, active, runnable, and last what? Terminated state. Okay. Timed waiting, when is the timed waiting? Timed waiting whenever thread is in sleep condition, after sleep. So it would be in somewhat what, which state you want to know? T0 also it is not taken here. OBJ. So OBJ also not be resolved. G we will, okay. G also not resolved. G can't be resolved. thread sleep. After sleep, want to go for where, na? This is where actually there is no any G. So, where. So now it is not, it is okay. So now it will give what? That state we will get where? Thread runnable. Okay. Now where timed waiting. We need to get what? Timed waiting state. Where we will get the timed waiting. Thread is where? Terminated. Huh? We have not gotten timed waiting. Every new runnable thread, everything is runnable. Terminated. Okay, now, so this is called what? Okay, next is static synchronization. We try to understand. Synchronized method, I have briefed you. Synchronized block. Synchronized block. Okay, we will study it next day and Saturday class. Okay, today this is what something I want to change any code here. I want to brief anything. Okay, nothing, no. So where should we sleep? Start if I pass. Sleep here. This is joined. This is okay. If I pass, okay, try and catch block here. Okay, you copy this try catch block. Where is that try catch block? Okay, sleep method that is to be kept where? Try and catch block. The total you copy here. You kept down here. You kept down here. You paste. Now it is what somewhat. You know you pass this any T0. Okay, now it is T0 dot get state. Thread sleep dot where we get where. You try thread sleep catch. That cannot be resolved. We want to thread sleep. This sleep to be kept where after start, na? Here we need to pass this one. You cut this one. You cut this one. You put here. You paste here. Okay, now you pass this one as T0. Now it is okay. Now you will get the, because na, after thread started, na, so you pass this black, somewhat time you have given sleep time. So now this try catch block sleep time kept after first thread started. So now it will give, that is what your weighted timing. Weighted timing for what? Somewhat time, 1000 millisecond weighted time. Okay. Weighted time. Runnable weighted time. Where is that weighted time? So it is lengthy because the terminated. You change this. No, you have given long time. Only 4. Sleep. Okay. Okay. Now we have not gotten weighted time. So anything, how much of time is there? Okay. Now I think it is enough for the class today. Very lengthy class. We have taken for the So it was not timed waiting. We were not, it was not sorted. Okay, waiting black state, waiting black state. New. Right, start, wait. Okay.